Did you know that less than 1% of people are naturally gifted at something extraordinary? But what does that say about the other 99% of us? Talent isn't what sets most people apart. Discipline is. And if you're going to achieve something remarkable in this life, it won't happen because you feel like it. It's going to happen because you choose to show up. You choose to push through discomfort and choose to put in the work. First step is to listen to the end, and trust me, you will know how to transform your discipline and take it to the next level. Alright, let me guess. You've had this conversation with yourself before. You're lying in bed telling yourself, tomorrow's the day, I'll clean my room, knock out that project, hit the gym right after work. But when tomorrow rolls around, reality hits, you hit the snooze, you scroll Instagram, you play just one more round of video games, and suddenly, oh look, it's 8 p.m. and none of those promises you made to yourself happened. Sound familiar? Yeah, me too. A few years ago, I was the king of tomorrow. My desk was a disaster. My goals were scribbled on sticky notes I never looked at or could even read, and I told myself I just needed the right mood or more motivation to get started. Spoiler alert, that mood never came. The problem wasn't laziness. It was my craving for comfort. I didn't want to face the awkwardness of starting something new or the grind of sticking with a hard task. Every time it was getting hard, I was thinking like, maybe it's not for me. I'm not the type of guy for this. Just because I was frustrated for not being a boxing champion after visiting a boxing class for 1 week. Today, when I think about it, it feels honestly kind of hilarious. And honestly, that mindset was killing my potential. Each time I choose comfort over discipline, I was chipping away at my confidence and my future. Because the problem is, your choices stack up. You skip one workout? Fine. You skip a week? Well, now it's a habit. You skip a month. Now you're convincing yourself fitness isn't your thing. Same thing applies to everything. Your work relationships and goals. Small bad choices snowball until you wake up one morning and you ask yourself, how did I get here? I remember one specific day when it hit me hard. I had been meaning to get my life together for months. My room was a mess. My to-do list was endless. I skipped the gym so many times I couldn't even call it a routine anymore. And that evening I sat on my couch scrolling through TikTok, and a thought hit me like a lightning bolt, a solid punch to the gut. I thought to myself, if I keep going like this, where will I be in 5 years? The answer scared me. I didn't want to be that guy, still making excuses, still wanting for the right time to change. It wasn't some big dramatic event that got me to this point. It was small daily choices, choosing effort over comfort, and choosing progress over procrastination. So what's the fix? Well, it's discipline. You don't need to transform into a productivity machine overnight. You start small. That's exactly what I did. Now here's the plan I used to climb out of that rut. Number 1, I started with micro goals. I told myself, just clean your desk, that's it. Not my entire room, just the desk. And once the desk was clean, guess what? It felt good. So I tackled the closet. That small win gave me momentum, and before I knew it, my entire space was spotless. Number 2, gamify the grind. I don't know about you guys, but I hate folding laundry. So I gamed it. I turned it into a game. I set a timer for 10 minutes and raced against it. Suddenly it felt a lot less like a chore and more like something I was training for, like I was training for the Olympics of housework. And when I finished, I rewarded myself with a prize, like a snack or a movie I wanted to watch or something. And number 3, I focused on efficiency, not business. I used to spend hours doing things that felt productive but actually didn't matter, like reorganizing apps on my phone. Now I ask myself, what's one thing I can do today that will actually move the needle? For me, that meant prioritizing health and fitness. So I started with just 15 minutes of exercise a day. It felt ridiculously small, but within a month I was doing 45-minute sessions without even thinking about it. Now number 4 is you gotta take ownership. This was the hardest part, admitting that my life was a direct result of my choices. It's easy to blame your circumstances or say, I just wasn't motivated. But the truth? Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is what gets the job done. Here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing. Just one. And start today. Maybe it's cleaning your room. Maybe it's writing the first sentence of that project you've been avoiding. Maybe it's a single push-up. Whatever it is, just start. Remember, discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about progress, and every tiny step forward builds momentum. And to get more momentum, a vision board honestly is a very powerful tool to use, and you can check it out in this video right here.